What? I understand I got a lot on my mind, a lot on my chest.
What's going on, everybody? Lloyd Jones with Midnight Comics here. Welcome back to another indie breakdown where we take your favorite indie comic book characters, break them down with their stats, gadgets, powers, all that good stuff, and essentially get you prepared and determine what their powers are for their indie versus matchup. And so we got an awesome person here today. I'll let him introduce himself, and we're going to dive into his character. You have the floor.
This your boy, homeless homeboy, real life superhero. You know what I'm saying? We're in the Atlanta, Georgia area. I got my own comic book series, like a lot of you guys do. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my books, part one. Like I said, I utilize my comic books to get out a three-dimensional message. You know what I'm saying? Aside from just the message we pushing in the comic books. See my man, he got them right there too. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, we feed the homeless. You know what I'm saying? We inspire the community. We inspire other artists to expand on their creativity. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to reach down to every walks of life type of people, you know what I'm saying? Different walks of life to just show them, you know what I'm saying? We all superheroes, and really the whole homeless homeboy is just a metaphor, you know what I'm saying? We all superheroes. We got to tap into our superpowers, and that's what I'm out here teaching.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about Homeless Homeboy. So, of course, reading the story, I see that he's got super strength, and I want to dive into that flight. Is that obviously he moves pretty quick? We're gonna try to dive into feats wise and like the level of scaling, if you would. So, starting with the super strength, how strong is Homeless Homeboy exactly?
If I had to compare Homeless Homeboy to another character somebody might know, I would say probably like a level under Spider-Man, maybe. You know what I'm saying? He's not as strong as Spider-Man, but he can, you know what I'm saying? He can stand one-on-one with him. You know what I'm saying? He might not beat him, but you know what I'm saying? He gonna give him a run for his money.
He's gonna go toe-to-toe with him for a little while at least, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. So
he know how to utilize his critical thinking more. That's where his power lies. Like he know how to see the environment that, you know what I'm saying, that y'all fighting in, and he know how to weaponize the environment around him very quickly, because he know his actual physical strength might not be the best as opposed to all type of adversaries, but a lot of them he can, you know what I'm saying, get done with very quickly, whatever. But a lot of them that he can't stand up to, he know how to utilize the environment around him, you know what I'm saying, to help him win the fight or whatever.
Okay, fair enough. So really quick question. So looking in the of course, we saw him fly a bit, but I guess what I want to ask is about the force ability specifically. I saw invisible force, I seen like the spiritual force or what have you. Can you dive into the kind of nuances of that technique? Are those two different things, or is that like kind of fall under the same category?
It's really the spirit force, you know what I'm saying? Mainly everything kind of fall under the brother of that, and mainly the more he knows about it, the more he's more in tune with himself, and in the actual spirit force, the stronger it is inside of him. You know what I'm saying? So like he doesn't know as much about it right now. He's still learning. He's still learning himself. He's a young man, and a lot of my stories are incorporated into like real life situations. Him being young, he kind of like thrown out there in the real world, you know what I'm saying, with this whole superhero responsibility. So like he's still learning how to deal with everyday life, job, women issues, female issues type stuff. So like he's still learning, along with learning these new type of things that he didn't even really know existed in the world. He's learning how to wield them, you know what I'm saying, and how to learn about himself more, you know what I'm saying, learn how to have restraint, you know, learn how to not always, like I said, one of the things he's capable of is using his brain power over his strength. You know what I'm saying? Learning the more, being in tune with that, you know what I'm saying, the environment, the people around him, and things of that nature.
Okay. So when he was, and just to, I guess, to hone in and ask about this, I remember, I think that was either the end of issue 1 or in issue 2, where he was fighting against Black Trash, and he was holding him with that force capability. What are kind of the limits of that? Is he able to pick up, because obviously he's a heavier set guy. How much, I guess, weight is he, or what is the heaviest, I guess, at this point in his run is he able to pick up with these force-like abilities?
You talking about Black Trash?
No. Homeless Homeboy. I remember he was using his attack or like the force abilities against him. I guess I was trying to figure out how much can he pick up with those abilities, or what all he can hold down and force back with his abilities.
Well, so it's like kind of a time scale. So like wherever his physical strength lies is like times 10 of what he's able to as far as pressure and
Okay.
as far as the force ability. So like the better he gets, the more strong he gets physically, the more he has force, you know what I'm saying, abilities. You know what I'm saying? And type of
Okay.
like that, you know what I'm saying? That's one way to
Okay.
explain it. Yeah.
Okay. So okay, I like that. So I'm thinking about that scene when he was going after the bank robbers and he came down and he like basically hit the ground and everybody started flying back. So like he's
Mhm.
already very
He's
capable at
powered.
this point. And
Yeah,
this is
he's
like
powered. He's definitely powered through the force through having you know what I'm saying, the ability through what's his name, the ancient unknown of being the homeless
mhm.
homeboy. So when he changed into the homeless homeboy from the dog tags, then he already has that, you know, those extra power, you know what I'm saying, features and everything.
Okay. And okay, so what is kind of because obviously, of course, the training aren't going on right now. He's really just now getting started.
Yeah.
But I guess in regards to skill in combat, I mean, I know the ancient unknown is tagging him up. Does he have any kind of previous, maybe did worked out a little bit in his younger years, maybe some kind of recreational martial arts that he's done in the past, anything of that nature, or he just kind of really fresh and new to any type of fighting at this point?
Well, you know, street fighting, you know, defending
Okay.
himself, stuff like that. Sports, you know, football, little basketball. But as far as like professional fighting, no. And but Danny Boy, his partner, because you
Hmm.
know they grew up together and then they kind of lost, you know what I'm saying, track of each other. And you know, Danny Boy been homeless, so he been in the forgotten. He been living amongst the forgotten. He actually found Terrence, so like he's been training with the ancient unknown. So he actually has a lot of professional fighting skills, you know,
Okay.
over Terrence. You know what I'm saying? So Terrence, he's pretty new to it, to the professional part of it. So he's
Hmm.
trying to learn and get better at that, you know, so he can be a better fighter as home as homeboy, you know, and a
Okay.
protector.
So and I was thinking about when he was getting away from the cops following the whole thing with the bank robbers. And he went and to that bar, what have you, with the guy, and the guy was like, "You were never one to run from a fight." So that's why I was asking, like, has he fought like in the past? It was like almost that was like a figure of speech almost, where it's like you never ran from like any type of adversity. But yeah, when you said street fighting and stuff like that, I'm like, okay, bet. So
Yeah.
how what are kind of what can I guess we can expect from homeless homeboy going through this journey? What kind of levels of strength is he going to be able to get to, not just as himself, and then dive into, I guess, the upper limits that you, I guess, kind of have planned at the moment for homeless homeboy himself?
Um, I want to discover different levels of strengths. You know what I'm saying? Like the first arc, the first three books focus on
Mhm.
his physical strength and you know like how he utilizes his abilities that he's a newcomer to. And the second arc, which is started with part four, is going to explore his emotional strengths. You know what I'm saying? And his emotional abilities. Just to give a briefing on what part four going to go into, because I ain't gonna tell you how you still reading, so you're gonna know how
Yeah,
part three
yeah,
ends. Going to end part. So part four comes in where he has a girlfriend, and you know part of the oath of being a homeless homeboy is he's not supposed to reveal you know that to anyone. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So he gets into a situation where he has to protect. He's out on a date with his girlfriend, and then something happens where he has to protect everybody around. So he kind of have to dish off and turn into homeless homeboy and say the day. But to
Mhm.
her, from her perspective, it looked like he ditched off to her because he couldn't explain that he was actually the one that saved the day. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So he's dealt. You know what I'm saying? Should I tell her to save my relationship or to you know honor my oath and continue being homeless homeboy? And it just is what it is. We might not, you know what I'm saying, last. So that's his challenge in his new art. That's his first challenge. So it's gonna be challenges of emotion, challenges of you know what I'm saying uncomfortability, you know things of that nature. Not even just um, villains. He might not even really have. He'll have a kind of villain, but it's not gonna be like the first arc. It ain't gonna be that many villains in this
Okay.
arc because it's gonna be focused on like and a lot of people gonna relate to this. You know what I'm saying? We go through things every day where we kind of gotta weigh out some things or we faced with an ultimatum. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So like, you know, I'm definitely gonna explore different parts of life in general. You know what I'm saying? Not
Okay.
just the surface level things that we're used to, you know, superhero thing. Even like I've been watching, I don't know if you ever heard, I'm sure you have, Comic Story. I think
Yeah,
it's dope.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How he bring the stories to life, and I be sitting up there watching. I didn't even know, because to be honest, I never been a comic book fan. Like I never grew up reading
Really?
comics. It was just something I looked at like I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm creative. I was always a writer. I always did music, so I can create a comic book. But like when I see Comic Story and reading the stories, I see how in depth the actual stories be, and I'm like,
Yes.
dang, that's dope. And it ain't always about punching somebody out. It be like real in depth stories, like Spider-Man got to face this. Like Spider-Man had to sell his soul to save whatever. I can't remember, was it Mary Jane or Aunt May or whatever. These are real decisions that he's faced with. You know what I'm saying? All with having the
He's
weight
got to
of the
live with.
world. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
I said that he's got to live with. Like it's like
Yeah.
it's
So
something in
like
the
that's what
background
I like.
always.
I like to explore the depths of like just reality. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of my stories are based like about like, okay, if we were to have superpowers, how would we logically deal with that? You know what I'm saying? So I have another different story where, you know, somebody from he like a hood dude, he from the hood, you know what I'm saying? All he knows is how to get it, how to live each day, get to the next day or whatever. And he come across superpowers. So like, does he utilize that to, you know what I'm saying, maximize on, you know, stepping on everybody else to get to where he wants to get out of the hood, or does he protect his hood? You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different aspects of, you know what I'm saying, that I'm tackling with having superpowers outside of just, you know, something that's unrealistic, like you know, somebody is all powerful and they just gonna do the right thing. Like, what if superheroes really had, I mean, what if people really had superpowers? Like, they know they ain't got $1 in the bank. The first person would, like, if they was invisible, they would want to go, you know what I'm saying, sneak into a bank, you know what I'm saying, and use their invisible cloak powers. They're not just like, oh, this is wrong and whoop whoop. Nah,
Not at
those
all.
superheroes are gonna work for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard out here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting these superheroes in these settings, these real life settings, like pandemic, like minimum wage jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. So the average
Like real
superhero in my
life.
universe, they not finna just go for that. They gonna save people, but they gonna be like, look, you know what I'm saying? I need some help. You feel me? Like, you gotta shoot me some. I know you got it. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be a lot of different, because, you know, some of that's gonna turn to extortion, and that's gonna turn from people having good heart to, you know, being money hungry, and that's the root of all evil. You know what I'm saying? Being money hungry, not actually money, but being hungry for money. You know what I'm saying? Lusting over money is the root of all evil. So it's definitely gonna touch on a lot of different stories. So Home is Home being my flagship, you know what I'm saying? That's the main one I'm pushing, but I got a lot of different stories I'm finna hit y'all with.
Which I did peep that in the end of issue 3, another one of your characters did show up. So I did peep that. Like, we've had it for a while, but after rereading them, just like, wait a second. And then, like, the connection. So I think there was one, there's a gentleman that I know that's also in this, in the field, this field is us with making comics, stuff like that. He's like, people don't buy the stories necessarily, they buy the universes. And the fact that you have some familiar characters throughout your universe popping up in there, it's just like, it feels even more lived in and more organic, I suppose, than your average indie story. Because not a lot, you know, there's some out there, but not a lot of indie companies have these connected universes. And if they do, they're not necessarily haven't showcased it as of yet. So it's really cool to actually see that, you know, see how it plays out. And again, you bring up the relationship of those characters in particular. One of the characters in, you know, one of your hero characters and the other character. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that's, but you showcase that, and it's just like, wow, like, right. And so now it's like, let me go back and read that story and see how, where that direction is going, see how that pans out. So yeah, I absolutely love that. One of the other questions I did want to ask. Oh no, what were you about to say? I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, just to add on to what you were saying, not to get too much away, but like how you just spoke on that, how the stories connect. Like when Danish, you know what I'm saying, in part 3, she come in, you know what I'm saying, and rescue Homeless Homeboy. You'll see her actual connection to the story when her part 1 drops. It's already out, you know what I'm saying? So if you was to get part 1, you will see how her connection ties in and like why she even came to saying Homeless Homeboy. What's her business? And like the story you're referring to, I think it's at the end of part. Yeah, it's at the end of part 2. You talking about K9. And like K9, that's like one of my favorite stories too. It's based in Nigeria, you know what I'm saying? So I got a Nigerian writer that's helping me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm never going to appropriate any culture when writing about it. I'm always going to have somebody, you know, that's you know what I'm saying, helping me out and weeding it out properly, you know what I'm saying, and creatively and everything. So like he's a character. His suit is based off of a pit bull. You know what I'm saying? So like his variation suits is gonna be different pit bull breeds. You know what I'm saying? And like
Okay.
he got super scent. You know what I'm saying? Dogs, you know, they have a high sensibility or whatever. So he got super scent. He can create footprints. You know what I'm saying? From a trek. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody left, and you know what I'm saying? Like man, he got some amazing abilities too. So that's one of my favorite.
So is he going to be part of the first responders crew?
He's an extension because he's
an
the first
okay.
responders. First responders are based in the U.S. So like he's in Nigeria. So like he's an extension. You know what I'm saying? But he might come out with his own version. You know what I'm saying? Over there, like you know, the Avengers got the Avengers West, whatever. What's it called? Westlake or something like that.
West
So
Coast Avengers.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So he might have his own version of Avengers and based in Africa and stuff. Because I got some interesting characters over there. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, I got a big fan base in there. So I wanted to definitely make a story based on, you know what I'm saying, that culture. Because I got a big support fan base over there. You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of my artists are.
Oh, well, shoot. Okay. See, okay, Mr. Worldwide over here. I see you. My next question, though, is the durability then of Homeless Homeboy. Where does he stand currently? We talked about the strength, of course, being kind of similar to that, or just under, rather, of like your Spider-Man character. What is his durability like? What's kind of the most he can kind of he can take on at this point in his story?
He has the strength of like 100 men. You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
Like, yeah. So like he can take a lot. He can, as far as a physical fight, he probably can fight probably about 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, before he gets tired. You know what I'm saying? Being at his full power. You know what I'm saying? So like he's not at his full power now because he's still learning. You know, the homeless homeboy suit and everything or whatever, and the homeless homeboy powers. So like his top, like right now, he probably can fight about 20 minutes because he's still not that strong. You know what I'm saying? As you see, he needed help with just drunken assassin isn't that powerful either. You know what I'm saying? But he's very smart and he has a lot of tech. You know what I'm saying? Technical weapons and stuff like that. So he's still kind of in the weaker stages right now because he's still learning. He's still learning his power set. And that's one thing I wanted to be realistic with how I bring out all my characters too. Like, you know, most of these stories, they turn into a superhero and they all powerful. They don't really show like the baby stage. I think if people had superpowers, they would go through a baby stage. They would go through a stage of learning and, you know, nobody just get on a bicycle one time and just know how to ride it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so he goes through those stages. Even in certain movies, they try to do it, but they rush through it because it's a movie. You know what I'm saying? They might show when somebody first, Superman or whatever, he may fly. What I was watching, what is it? Invincible. When Invincible first started learning how to fly, he was, you know, by the end of the episode, he was already had it down pat.
He had it right.
I want to show that process of the character learning how to wield the power and how to, because like he might have the power, but if he's not using it right, he's not gonna maximize on it. So it's just like having something in reserve and he not using it. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I was just talking to Jairi with Concrete Comics about his character Deja Vu, and very similar mindset where it's like you want to keep it grounded to a certain extent and then watch the growth. And we're trying to do the same thing, which is like, let's take you through the process with them. Like, let's not, like, we don't want to tell the origin story now. Join them on their journey to greatness throughout, right? And so I definitely respect it. I love it, dude. And that's and I think I was telling him, I love more grounded stories like that because again, like you said, you know, you get powers. I'm not a true justice of the American way. Everybody's not gonna have that reaction. I like how they did. Did you ever see Jumper? Yeah. Like the first thing he did, he was like, "Oh, I can teleport. Say less. Rob the bank." And this is like, okay, I'm good now. You know what I mean? So it's just like exactly. Like I'm trying to live also. So you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And definitely shout out to Concrete since you brought them up. They're my brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? He didn't see me from the beginning. I done seen him from the early stages too, man. So Lonzo Star, that's my main one. That's why I mainly chop it over with. But shout out to everybody over there. Onija, I think I said Rose.
Onaji.
Yeah, I probably screw his name all the way up, but
Nah.
he up here too. I be seeing him. I hear from him every now and then. But yeah, shout out to them boys, man. Shout out to everybody that's really expanding on their universe and their characters, man. Because we got some good ideas out here. It's just about getting it out. I meet so many people. I meet so many artists. It'd be so funny because I meet a lot of people. A lot of people are artists you wouldn't even imagine. It's just as many artists as it is as underground rappers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like when I meet them, they be ready to tell me their whole story. I'll be like, okay, that's cool. Just email me or something. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But look, this is what I do want to leave you with. Just put it out. Write it down. I get it. It's in your head. You know what I'm saying? You had it in your head for however long. But get it out. Put it out there. Battle test.
Just do it.
You know what I'm saying? Do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't overanalyze it. It ain't gonna be perfect. Just put it out there. Let people critique it. Then you see what to go back and change and just get it out there. Get it out your head. Because there's no use in your head. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like the average person not gonna listen to a pitch. I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? I'm the neighborhood superhero. I'm gonna listen to everybody if I got a chance. But the average person that can do something for your career is not gonna sit there and listen to you pitch a story. You gotta already have a visual, like the
proof of concept or something.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like my book, your comic book, all of our books and stuff, it's a medium. It serves as a medium. We can walk to somebody and show them a physical idea, you know what I'm saying? Characters. I don't have to do that much description, but once they see it, then they what is this about? Then that's my open to pitch. But like just pitching a full blast story, you making somebody using their imagination. You telling somebody that got money that could change your life. I'm finna make you do all this work with using your imagination. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, I'm asking for this money, but I'm finna make you work to visualize what I'm visualizing in my head. No, you got to do the work. So like that's what I like to inspire people to do. And especially these comic creators, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a ton of them. Like I honestly, when I started making my own comic books, I didn't realize like it was already a thing. I honestly just heard ET, you know, whatever Image maybe, you know what I'm saying? But like it's a whole world. It's probably in Atlanta alone, probably 100 creators, you know what I'm saying? Probably more than that, just in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? And it's tons of creators across the world, not even just in the US. And I want to tell everybody, like, just go to the cons and, you know what I'm saying, like set up or go to different events. Don't just go to cons, go to anywhere that they've been and where
pop-up shops,
pop-up shops. Like I guarantee you, comic book creators, listen to me. When you go to when you go to other cons or somebody having a fashion show or they having food, whatever, if there's people there, go, because then you're gonna stand out because you're gonna be the only comic book creator. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna come to your table because you're gonna have a clothing line over here. You're gonna have people selling food, drinks,
paparazzi gonna be there somewhere.
Exactly. And that's how you're gonna get in. That's how you're gonna get in the door. So people always like, why don't you just go to cons? Why would I just go to cons? People is everywhere. People buy comic books everywhere. People are lover, and you got to look at it like Marvel and the stuff that's out there is helping us do the work because it's already converting people into comic book and movie and comic book content consumers. You know what I'm saying? The average person didn't read comic books or care nothing about none of that type of stuff till all the movies started coming out and Marvel. Now they force it down your throat. You know what I'm saying? Be grateful of them because they helping you out, because now it's like when they see you at a event, they can be like, oh, this is the new thing. Like I just seen the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. This man got a whole comic book. Let me get it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you don't have to dress up. You can just go. You know what I'm saying? This is just my niche. You know what I'm saying? But you can do that too. You know what I'm saying? But just go. I tell people just put their stuff out where people at. Just go. Don't worry about, I might get banned or whatever. So what? It's a million places. If you get banned, I guarantee you it's going to be after the 5th time they done told you to leave or you didn't show your face. By that time, you done got plenty of customers. You done got plenty of followers. And one thing what I always do, if I, whether I get a sale or not, I always tell people to follow me. Like, they be like, I don't got to, okay, well, look, just follow me. You know what I'm saying? Just follow me or whatever. And, you know, that way you'll gain them in the on the back end. You know what I'm saying? They might not buy it now, but they're gonna buy it later because they're gonna keep seeing you, and now you solidifying yourself in their memory, and it's like, oh, they're gonna see you again. They're gonna be like, dang, I met him and I see him doing this. I want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And not to be long-winded, but I want to say this. So people buy into the person before they buy into whatever you're selling. So like, it don't matter if you got a fire product, it's about who you are as a person. So maybe a third or fourth conversation they might go ahead and buy, you know what I'm saying? But you selling yourself. You selling because they don't care what you selling. If they don't like you, they're not gonna buy it.
Very valid point.
If they don't like you, they not gonna buy it. So you might have the dopest comic book. I tell everybody, look, Even when I go to the Comic Cons, this the key thing you got to remember when you go to Comic Cons. You can't get mad at paying $3,000 because you paying $3,000 because of what people coming to the Comic Cons to see the special guests and stuff like that. But by people coming to see the special guests, it's a ground for them to see you too. So when they walking by your table, you need to don't be sitting at the table smiling at them. Hey, engage with them. Hey, ooh, come here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, ooh. Like if you see me at Comic Con, pull me, you know what I'm saying? Hey, help me. I give you a running example in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see everybody win. You know what I'm saying? Like I did it in the moment of talking to somebody. They was telling me about their book and I gave them some advice. And then somebody walking by, I did it to I was like, look, I just regurgitated what he told me about his book to this girl. I was like, hey, look, hey, come here, look. Don't even walk by. I already see you looking. You know what I'm saying? Woo, did my one, you know what I'm saying? He like, man, he amazed, but it's really just engaging with people. Because like I said, it don't matter about the product. They can't buy everything. At a Comic Con, you got hundreds
of vendors.
Hundreds of vendors. So even if somebody want to support everything, is impossible. So you know they got to pick and choose. So you got to, you know what I'm saying, put yourself out there. When you see them come across, don't be afraid for somebody to say no. Okay, what? That didn't kill you. It didn't hurt you.
Right. Move on to the next one. And they may even come back the next day and be like, you know what? I was thinking about it. Because we've had that happen several times. Yep. But that's a whole nother thing. That's how to get real. How to be successful.
That's how I met you though. Because like when I was walking by, you said something to me, you know what I'm saying? I was already looking, but like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You grabbed my attention, whoop, whoop. You put the book in my hand, you know what I'm saying? You sold, you know what I'm saying? So like, you already know the game. Like us experienced people, like I was just looking at your page, you got 24 followers, 24K followers, you know what I'm saying? You've been doing your thing. You know how to grasp the attention of people, you know how to keep it, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I salute you on that, you know what I'm saying? It's up to us to keep preaching and teaching the others, you know what I'm saying? The ones that's willing to listen, you know what I'm saying? I got all the game for you, you know what I'm saying? All of that for real. So I'll let your boy. For real.
Okay, definitely. I only have one last question for you. That's in regards to his speed, and then we'll close out. How fast can Homeless Homeboy move? Reactionary and just speed-wise, just blitzing characters. How fast can he move on average?
Okay, so he don't have like super speed, but he had like agility. You know what I'm saying? Like he can utilize like quick agility. I'm trying to think of what I can compare it to.
Okay.
Maybe like I ain't gonna say like Dragon Ball Z agility. That's super fast, but like a little less than that, like probably Pokemon type agility attacks and stuff like that. So like he fast, he know how to defend himself or whatever. And but he don't have super speed, you know what I'm saying? But he can move fast agility wise. You know what I'm saying? If that's a good way to describe it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely dig that. I was wondering, I was like, is he like fast enough to like dodge bullets, or kind of like, or again, is it more just kind of a reactionary thing? Like if, you know, sake of conversation, he's boxing Tyson, is he fast enough to kind of react to that level of speed, I guess?
Oh yeah, he can definitely react to Tyson, the boxer type shit, whatever. But yeah, that's another thing too. Like I don't want my characters to be OP because I think it makes them less interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Because like if you got what makes Superman works is that he do got weaknesses. He weak against magic and kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? But like without them, if he just all powerful, it's boring because nobody can defeat him. He don't have no challenges. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't want to give none of my characters OP powers. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they're gonna always be faced with more stronger adversaries and things like that. And like I said, not just physically but mentally. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to deal with a lot of mental type of obstacles and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with these villains and stuff like that. But definitely Homeless Homeboy actually not one of my strongest characters. It's just one of my first ones I put out. You know what I'm saying? But I got some stronger characters than him, but definitely that's him on the scale. So like I said, as far as speed and agility, he got some good agility, but he's not like super fast. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough, man. Thank you, dude. So to close out, of course, let everybody know where they can find you, where they can pick the books up and stuff, you know, IG, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so you can go directly to my website, homelesshomeboy.com, and order the book straight from there. I got a 10% off discount going right now. You know, I'm signing it, you know what I'm saying? I'll sign it to you, so send me a message who you want me to write it out to. As far as that, on my website, you know, you can check out my character origins. I got different type of characters you can read about, you know what I'm saying, and be on the lookout for. My Instagram page, the Homeless Homeboy. TikTok Homeless Homeboy. Really just Google Homeless Homeboy. I made it super easy to navigate to me, you know what I'm saying, in my content by not making it complicated. So everything Homeless Homeboy, and the website is homelesshomeboy.com. And yeah, you know what I'm saying, y'all go to the site, support your boy, you know what I'm saying. If y'all support me, I can support y'all. Like I said, I got plenty of gems, plenty of game to drop on y'all, you know what I'm saying. Y'all can hit me up anytime. You know, my line always open.
Okay, man. Again, thank you for coming by, man. And of course, everybody that's listening or watching, I'm Lloyd Jones with Midnight Comics. Of course, definitely check us out, midnightcomics.org. We're Midnight X Comics everywhere except for Facebook and YouTube, where you can find us as Midnight Comics on those two platforms. Continue to tune in to our indie breakdown series. Again, this is where we get to break down all the various indie comic book characters. We learn about their stats, their gadgets, what all they can do for their inevitable battle within the indie versus series. Also, just want to go ahead and announce that we do have our Midnight Adventures podcast getting closer, or rather, audio drama getting closer and closer to completion. Season 1 is nearly done, so definitely tune in and sign up for our Patreon and, of course, our Spotify here. So check all those things out at midnightcomics.org or our link tree via Instagram. And thank you guys for tuning in. And remember, until next time, everybody.
Oh,
Midnight
one
is
more
coming.
thing before you end it off. Let me show. I want to show them my action figures too. You know what I'm saying?
Man, this guy got action figures. Yeah.
This Earl James. You know what I'm saying? Top flight enforcement. You know what I'm saying? This Captain Sai. You feel me?
Bro.
Yeah. And this K9. You know what I'm saying? This
Dude,
the,
those are official, dude.
And this your boy. He show up in part 3. You know what I'm saying? Drunken Assassin. You know what I'm saying? So like.
Okay. Now
yeah.
I know you got the Homeless Homeboy in there.
I can't keep them in stock, man. They always buying them, man. I don't got it on me right now, but I got pictures of it, you know what I'm saying, on my website. So
okay.
But yeah, I got somebody in the Philippines. He made the characters for me. So
oh, that's epic, dude. Okay.
Yeah, we moving into 3D printing, so that's we trying to maximize on distributing and printing out a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a process. But yeah, I definitely wanted to throw that in for you into the show. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. Nah, look, that's a goal right there. You talk about action figures now. That's a whole nother spectrum. It's a whole nother spectrum because who else in the indie game is doing that?
Exactly.
Right. I think I've seen Lonzo had like the Acolyte statues, right? But those are like legit like action figures. You know what I'm saying? So like, the Acolyte joint you put up somewhere, you put on a shelf, you leave it alone. Those look like the kids can go to Toys R Us, pick them joints up, and they, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
Yeah, it's just costly to do it this way. So I'm actually gonna pick up on the way Acolyte. He doing Acolyte because he using 3D printing. I can already tell. I got a friend that does 3D printing. So matter of fact, he go one of the models of the 3D printing Homeless Homeboy.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's kind of hard to find somebody that's gonna paint them. So I got to find somebody that's gonna paint them, and I can print out like 16 at a time, like 8 to 16 at a time. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely. That brother, he's definitely innovative, man. You know what I'm saying? We on the same page. So
man, y'all look. I'm trying to catch up to y'all. That's what we want to get into eventually. So we'll be asking advice one of these days.
Just reach out to me about anything, bro. You already know I got you. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You already know I got you.
Fair enough. Yo, bro. Thank you again, man. And to the audience, remember, midnight is coming, and we'll catch y'all on the next indie.
Yes, sir.